Sometimes I get so mad, there's no control in me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show.
I just saw a light right there just flash. I don't know if that was lightning or what. Oh, do it again. Do it again. It just lit up right there. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Who's that? Oh, shit. There's some things. There's some things out here. There's some things. Oh! Okay, I'm about to go in. I'm getting like lights. I'm seeing these little lights. First I saw a flash. And now I'm seeing like little lights pop in. Not stars. Oh my gosh. What is that little light over there? What is that? Ooh. There's two of them. Who was that? Oh, There's too much going on, y'all. It's too much. Ooh, they're active. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. That light just flashed over there. Like it turned off and turned back on, or it got brighter. It did something. Do it again. Ooh, it's active out here tonight. There was a lot of action in the sky. What is that sitting above this garage? Right here. What the? Y'all, there's a light right here, which I don't think is somebody's light. Look at it. Look at that. That's them, y'all. I hear a noise. What is that? I heard movement. Like something was moving over here. I don't know. I'm thinking it's something in this bush right here. Oh boy. Oh, I thought it went away. I was trying to get this. I'm getting distracted. Oh, look, y'all. And then I hear again this noise over here. Look at the tall one. Y'all see the tall one still there? Ooh. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Greetings. This is like, you guys, I normally catch them on the camera. I'm being pretty bold tonight. It's like almost 1 o'clock in the morning. Rainbow colored orbs, lights. But look at the tall one. Oh, let me zoom in a little bit. Sorry for the shaky hand. Look at that tall one right above the garage. Wow. And then this. Ooh, what is that? It's a lot of noise right here in this bush. And I can't see anything. Can you turn your light off again if you understand me? What the hell? I heard that. What in the world? Is something over here? It's not a raccoon, y'all. And a cat would have been took off. What is that? Wait a minute. What the hell? That looks like a little tiny face in there. What the hell? Is that a leaf? I see a little Boy, let me find something in here and it moves. There's something in this bush. Because it keeps making noises. It's not a bird. I'm looking, y'all. Show yourself. Move. Turn on your light. Do something. Because you're making a lot of noise. I'm combing this bush. You hear me? Whoa, whoa, what is that? What is that? It could be this other bush over here. I don't know. But it sounds like it's whatever's moving. It's moving through the leaves. Because that's where I keep hearing the noise at. I was trying to focus over here. And every time I get kind of like, you know, zoomed in, I hear it. See, it just did it again. Okay, let me calm down. This is amazing, this one right here. Look at that. That's something else, y'all. Now, if that is a real source of light right here, this right here, what is this? Because that's not always been there. That showed up, I'd say maybe a few weeks back. It's not always been there. That thing right there atop. I've seen so much come in right here. And man, let me see if I can pick it up on this phone. Y'all see him? Uh-oh, I heard that. He's right, he's translucent, like he's real transparent, see-through. It looks like a man right above her house in this opening. I see him. I see the head, the shoulders, the arms. Let me see. They're making a lot of noise, man. Let me zoom out some. A lot of noises. And you got that. Look, I still can't get over that. That is, And I saw something over here last night in between this tree branch. I was sitting in the car and I was live, so I couldn't record it. It was sticking out. When they're connecting to you, like when they know that you're on them, you've spotted them, it's like they'll stick out. It's like they move out. Ooh, what are these? See the 3 over here? Yeah, it's like they'll come forward, like they extend. And I've been tripping off of this. Okay, so you see the light. Look, what is that? A stop sign? I heard that. I heard that. Okay, you guys, fun's over. I'm going in. That was too much. Them little people coming out. That's some little people running around. And I see the little gold tips in there. I see them. They're not buds. And I just heard that. Okay. All right, gotta go. It's an eerie feeling out here tonight. Out back. I haven't been back here since the power went out. And that was like, damn. It's been almost 10 days. It has been 10 days. Because that was the 15th. This is the evidence. I came out here and burnt those hamburgers. Look at this, y'all. And you know, for those who don't know my story, and you just started watching my content, and you wonder why I'm so jumpy, and I've had several ET encounters. I literally didn't set up the cameras until like 2 years. So I always say our first ET encounter, but then I'm like, well, wait a minute. Because after I had my interview with MUFON, you know, and discussing my past, like, so I explained to them, like, I used to see things as a kid. And then over the years, you know, I'm very sensitive. Like, I can pick up energies. And I have seen spirits, you know, when they show themselves to me, right? And so, but he, you know, he began to ask me questions like, you know, kind of like picking up my brain a little as a kid and stuff. And he's like, so tell me about the things you saw as a child. And I'm like, they were creatures, you know? He said, like the ones you're seeing now. I'm like, no, they were different ones. He goes, yeah, but you've seen a bunch of different ones now. I'm like, yeah, but my mom, you know, we were going to church and stuff, and she said those were demons. So I always thought they were demons. And I didn't like give him the whole rundown, you know. That would have took, God, we'd been on that phone probably about 12 hours. But he told me that those were ETs. And he was like, I guarantee you, they've been coming since you were a child. Yeah, so, but something happened November 2020, and it was like, I've seen things, I've had encounters. I used to have night terrors. That's when I was like struggling and stuck in like my pain, and you know, the shadow people were surrounding me, all that stuff. But like seeing creatures, it was scattered out, like it was spread out over years. You know, I didn't, I mean, sometimes it could last for like up to a week. Like say 1 or 2 came through, and I might see it like every night or every other night, or like say for a month, I would see it, but 3 times out of that month. I want to zoom in on these lights real quick, see if there's anything over there. But you see that orange light, the small one? That's kind of like blinking. Yeah, that's definitely, yeah. That's definitely one of these lights. Light creatures, they're creatures, y'all. So, but okay, so I went through the dark night of the soul, right? And I really need to do a video on that because the dark night of the soul is not rock bottom. Hell, I had hit rock bottom. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. I've gone through, that experience probably about 8 or 9 times in my life. Rock bottom, yeah. And I had to start all over again. But no, the dark night of the soul is not hitting rock bottom. It's something, it's way more intense. You literally feel like it's over, It's just a matter of time that you leave this earth or whatever. You leave your body, like it's over, All light leaves. That's why they call it the dark night, So I had cried out for like 3 months nonstop. And that's the only thing I can think that triggered this. Because I never experienced them like this before. Where a whole army of extraterrestrials, we're talking about, so I used to call it the Galactic Federation because when I started to look into it, searching for answers, why is there so many different ETs and stuff like that, like different races that were coming, that's when I stumbled across the Galactic Federation, which consists of, I think it's like a little over 1,000 different races that have come together, okay? Was that what I experienced? I don't know, you guys. And I'm just being real. I don't know. But I know that it was a bunch of different ones. So it just shook me. And it honestly, I feel like it would have been low-key better if my boys did not experience it too. The night we were moving, they were the first ones to get chased by it. Little gray ET. So that's, I think for me, that made it so much worse because it was like, this wasn't one of those things you gotta have a gift to see them. That made it real. And it just shook me to my core. And I couldn't protect my children. And it was the beginning. That was the beginning. And so I haven't spoke to a lot of people, like people who have studied ETs and stuff like that, and ET abductions and encounters. But besides Mufon, y'all see him? He's up in a tree right here. I see him. But anywho, recently, whoa! Hold up. Now that looks like a ET almost. I know it's the tree, but damn, the head and the eyes. That freaked me out a little bit. It's got the almond-shaped eyes. But anyways, recently I spoke with a person who has, majored in this. I think he's got like 15, 20 years, something like that. And he started talking about my lineage. And he was like, they basically came in, like you said, to resuscitate, to see about their product, their creation, what they've created, what they've experimented with. I remember I was really, really sick. And I know I didn't get sick from the ETs. I got sick before we seen it, before we encountered it. It just got worse when we moved here because of the mold, and my allergies and all that stuff, and everything just, it piled on top of each other. But yeah, it just, so a lot of people don't know that it wouldn't be till March of 2022 when Trump had gave us the stimulus money, that I had enough, I had a little change. So I'm like, I'm gonna get some security cameras. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would capture what I captured. So now what we're seeing is the results of those lights going up in the trees. There's a lot of spirits, a lot of, there are creatures though that come out, yes. And they sit up in these trees at night, yes. But a lot, my footage, my older footage, like so when they were coming, when I was experiencing all of those encounters, I have footage of that. Not of my encounters, of course, but like the night we were taking up on a craft, that light that came back here and covered my whole backyard. There's another video I have where this it looked like a minion came up here to the porch. And it triggered this camera right here, and it ducked down. It's like a 7-second video. Then there's one with the blue light. We kept seeing this blue light. The camera caught it like 3 or 4 times. It wasn't someone with a laser light, you guys. This was real. This was a real entity, you know. The night of the Las Vegas incident, the front camera, it captured this humanoid. That was a security camera. It was not, you know, a person, this wasn't a human, you guys. It was not. I have too many pictures to compare it to. Like, you can see the texture, the structure. It wasn't wearing clothes. It had a jugular-shaped head. Then, once I saw the blue light run down my hallway, I knew it left. I jumped on the camera trying to see if I could catch it. And then that's when I caught that it looked like a wagon. This is an alley right here, going down that street. And then it comes over here to the park. And you see what I believe was the same man that the camera caught in the front, that humanoid, walking over here to the park, and he lit up. Before he got to this, like, it wasn't a light, it was like a stick or something. Before he got to that, because I went over there, that was that metalhead looking alien I kept seeing over there that pretended to be a light, and he was not a light. The humanoid lit up, and then he touched it, and it lit up, and it was so deep. And then this big blue light came out of it, and in the blue light, you could see this woman's face, and she was smiling. And then when I looked up the Artorians, I'll be damned. It was identical. It was an identical match. And then, of course, the light ship that came, that Swan light ship. There's no light over there, you guys. The only light at that park is the lamp right there up top, and that light in the middle right there. And that's all the way over there. This light appeared right here. See where them 2 glowing eyes are at? Look. See that? It appeared right there on top of my fence. Right there. And I'm telling you, I seen it. We went out there. Man, that thing wasn't bigger than an inch, like 1 or 2 inches. The little man that came out couldn't have been no bigger than half, like an inch tall. It was small. It was very small. But yeah, you guys. So, you know, a lot of people that are coming in now, they don't know my story. They don't understand that. I've had encounters of, you know, even the mystical creatures like gnomes and all that stuff started coming. You know, this isn't just about, oh, there's faces in our trees. Like, no. That's why I get so frustrated at times. I just want to stop sharing that. I just want to talk about, I don't even make a few videos of some of my encounters and let it be. And that's that, you know? Because I feel like it turned into something else that it's not. You know, and they're like, oh, where's the proof? Where's the evidence? Like, I have it. You just don't understand what they look like, because I didn't either. That these holographic, like, they look like they were being projected by light. I got mad videos. They were piled up over here, and you could hear them. And they had a light to them, and they sound digital. Like, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Like, it's so, man, I have a lot of older footage from 2022. Like I said, when I was having all those encounters, what I was experiencing was not what I was catching, what the camera was catching. And I didn't, and it took me to like 2024 to realize the lights were connected to it. That's it, you know? But yeah. All right, you guys. See you guys later.